military junta that seized power in Niger in a coup last month has said it will prosecute Bazoum for high treason over his exchanges with foreign heads of state and international organizations. The coup leaders have imprisoned Bazoum and dissolved the elected government, drawing condemnation from global powers and West Africa's regional bloc ECOWAS, were decided last week to assemble a standby military force that could intervene to reinstate Mr. Bazoum.
We are incredibly dismayed by the reports that President Bazoum's unjust detention has gone an even step further, and now that the CNSP is threatening prosecution. This action is completely unwarranted and unjustified, and candidly, it will not contribute to a peaceful resolution of this crisis. It is a further affront, in our opinion, to democracy and justice and to the respect of the rule of law. Our ECOWAS has shown immense leadership throughout this crisis, and the United States has appreciated their work and leadership as well as the work and leadership of the African Union throughout this crisis. As you said, ECOWAS has been also very clear and very clear publicly that military intervention should be a last resort, something that we agree with, and we continue to be focused on finding a diplomatic solution and are in close contact with ECOWAS and their leadership on this.
So, my lovely, wonderful people, you just watched the Secretary of State from the United States of America, as well as France. They are all very unhappy. They are very uncomfortable with the fact that Bazoum will be persecuted for high treason. They are very worried. They've tried to use President Muhammadu Buhari, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to do their bidding, but Nigerians keep warning Tinubu to be careful, saying, hey, you don't want to get in the wrong side of Nigerians. The North have told you that you should leave these guys alone, that they are brothers. Of course, over the years, most of them have family back and forth here and there, and they've come a long way. So it's not today's issue or today's thing that you begin to look at these things and begin to, do what is not right, what is not needed, what is not necessary. So the issue here is that, and what we must really sincerely pay attention to is that every single one of us should know that these things are a reality of what is happening. Okay, this is why, every single person is watching and is watching very carefully. The thing I would say is Africans should not be used against themselves to cause a serious problem. Back in the West, we have Ukraine and Russia struggle. If I may ask, do you know what the cause of that struggle is? Ukraine wants to join NATO, and Russia says no, because we feel that they will spy on us and all that and all that and all that. And that's the big problem. And so maybe when they were going into it, for instance, Russia thought that, oh, I have the backing of these very world powers, they will stand for me, but not when it's involved Russia. So every single person is being very careful. But when it comes to Africa, you would think that they have interest, but I can assure you for free that the interest is because of the raw materials that they get. Do you know what they found recently in Edo State? The precious mineral that was found. A group of young guys were just digging, and the mineral they came across is unbelievable. I'm very sure very soon the governor will get involved. I'm going to do a full story about that. In Nigeria, for instance, there is hardly any state. Do you know in the north there is gold? In the south there is crude oil. Every single state, in the east, in the west, go and check bitumen. Go and check every single state. Do you know what Kogi has? Do you know what Kwara has? You may have. You may think that it's just a state, there is nothing, is as dry. No, we've not gotten better and proper management skills that will discover these things, and we get a company that begin to explore these things and develop a company that processes it. What stops us from selling gold in Nigeria that we have to go to Dubai and other nations of the world? Just a question, curious. What causes our refinery from working? What stops us from refining our petrols, our crude oil? That we don't have to sell it out. They refine it, and we buy it back in. What happens to Warri Refinery? What happened to Port Harcourt? What happened to Kaduna? What happened to bitumen? What happened to every other? Oh, are you talking about Ikogosi? Go and see the Wormwood Spring. That is tourism already. You want to go to Calabar? I mean, to mention but a few. Do you want to go to the north? Go to Zamfara and see gold, raw gold. And yet we go to Dubai to buy it. Excuse me, these guys are not coming. You know why they are so interested in pushing Africans to fight themselves, especially in Nigeria, to fight your own next door neighbor. People that you have intermarried for centuries, you have relations in Niger. Niger has relations in Nigeria. They have a relationship, intermarry and all that. Then they are pushing you to fight because of the interest they have in Africa. Sweetheart, it's not because they are interested that you are fighting. How does it affect them? You think they play the big brother role because they love to play big brother role? Excuse me. Excuse me. Have you heard of interest? Oh, yes. There are interests in their hearts for which they are working towards to ensure that they get some things done for them. So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted at all. And so you can hear they said they are very, very worried. Of course, they should be worried because, a republic and sovereign nation that was supposed to be in a democratic setting, the president has been overthrown by the military, and now they are constituting their own leadership and what have you. Tinubu, wanting acceptance from the West especially, wants to do their bidding. Before you could say Jack Robinson, he wrote a letter straight away. He wrote a message to Senate, give me permission. Excuse me, you don't do that. You've asked the leaders of the North, they say no. You've asked the governors, those whose states share borders, they said no. You've asked various people. So why are you so bent on going on this whole trip? Because you want to satisfy your ego? Be careful when you are often rebuked and you fail to pay heed or to pay attention. Because any man who fails to listen to the voice of reasoning is actually setting himself up, with the emphasis of setting himself up from what may eventually happen to him. So it is what it is, you see. So at least you watch the video, you saw for yourself. Please don't forget to like us, share, subscribe, click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. God bless. Have a lovely and a fantastic day. Remember, you have a voice. From us is bye for now. Bye-bye.